serious space?
Yeah. It's the only one I've got. The other's mothballed indefinitely.
No change.
To Oliver. You take away the machines and the wires. Looks like he's sleeping.
Is Leanne with him?
Where else would she be? She's there hour after hour. Can't do it. I have to get out. Maybe she's stronger than me.
No, just people are different. You'll be there for her when she needs you.
Let's hope so.
Are you popping over today?
Yeah, in a bit. I've just got to finish up some things here.
Okay, I'll leave you to it then. Good morning.
Sorry?
I said good morning. Although that's obviously wide of the mark.
Oh, no, I'm fine.
You look exhausted. With all due respect, I've seen fewer bags on an airport carousel.
I didn't sleep too well.
Look, I hope you don't mind, but Sean told me about Cal. And it wasn't idle chit-chat. He knew that I'd gone through a similar experience to Paul, and he wanted to know my opinion.
He shouldn't have involved you.
We only wanted to know how best to support you and Paul, that's all. His heart was in the right place. So, how did Paul take the news?
I haven't told him yet. We're still not certain the body's Kel's, so I just want to make sure that's concrete before, dropping a bombshell like that on him.
We need to ascertain who the John Doe is.
Well, the police didn't give me much info the last time I went, so...
But on this occasion, you'd be telling them something. Maybe Sean could go with you.
No, he's got work, and I've taken up too much of his time already.
Well, I'd be happy to come along with you.
No. I couldn't ask you to...
Nonsense. It's no trouble at all. I mean, every Cagney needs a Lacey. Let's get to it.
So you're popping in later?
No, it's a fostering assessment. She wanted to, but I managed to convince her not to cancel it.
What nice for to offer, eh?
Oh, ridiculous, more like. It's a really important day for her.
Well, it's important, and it's important.
Well, I couldn't risk her losing a court hearing just to sit here and have small talk with me. Besides, there'll be plenty of time for that once they whip Oliver's tubes out and he can come home.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Oi. No crossing fingers. That's not necessary. Oliver's coming home. Soon.
For me, I never knew you cared.
Well, they were meant to make this place look presentable ahead of the assessment.
Hey, man, look at this mess.
Well, hey, I was listening to that.
Karen needs to see a peaceful, immaculate home. One that any kid would want to grow up in. Instead, I walk into a rave on a landfill site.
Hang on, I thought you were going to cancel and go to the hospital.
Yeah, well, Leanne insisted that I go through with today. It is the last thing I feel like doing.
Okay, look, I will tidy this stuff up, okay? Just have a seat, take a chill pill.
Yeah, it's easy for you to say. You're not the one who's getting cross-examined.
I've been through it as well. We've done the hard bit.
Yes, I thought I had. But she wants to talk about Susie again. Now, why would she be going back to that unless there was a problem?
You need to calm down. It's like what we say to our clients. If you're relaxed giving evidence, it goes down better with the jury. Yeah, if you're just a big bag of nerves, she's going to think you've got something to hide.
But if I say the wrong thing about Susie, it could really mess things up.
If it does, so be it. I told the truth, and you have to do the same. It's not fair on those kids to do anything else.
I know we can do this.
Then tell Karen that. Tell her what's in your heart.
Hi, can I help?
Yeah, look, I'm not sure I've come to the right place, but I saw some info on a web forum about a man that you'd pulled out of the canal by the old tyre factory.
Yeah, it's an ongoing investigation, I believe.
Have you identified him yet?
I don't know. I'd have to check. Why?
I think I might know who it is.
I could get used to a king-size bed. Mind you, I'd even sell for a queen.
Well, it depends which king or queen you're talking about. Henry VIII was the right unit, wasn't he? But Queen Victoria, she's only 5 foot high.
How do you know?
Well, I never really sleep in hotel rooms, so I watched a documentary last night.
About Queen Victoria?
Well, yeah. I mean, at 3 in the morning, it's either that or bullseye.
Morning.
All right?
Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, it's great. Brilliant. A bit weird having the place to ourselves, but...
Don't remind me. The only thing emptier than my hotels is my bank account. Still, at least no one can have it away with my towels, I suppose.
Don't you believe it? I've got a dressing gown and shower cap in there.
It's no laughing matter. Some people will take out that's not nailed down.
Yeah, well, not us, mate. We're really grateful, honestly.
No problem. Listen, if you need to stay again tonight, don't think twice.
Thanks, but we need to get something, a bit more permanent, really, till this place sorted at least.
Spoken to the insurance yet?
That's the first job.
Well, if you need any building work doing, I've got lots of contacts in the trade. I can get you a good deal, especially in this climate.
Oh, cheers. Yeah, thanks. I'll bear that in mind.
Thought you said he was a sleaze bag.
He is. Or was. Can't make my mind up yet.
Time's Nick pitching up?
This afternoon he's got a few things to tie up at the factory. Said he'd bring me a change of clothes and some toiletries.
I might ask Trace to do the same.
We would have been halfway down the M5 by now.
Well, we can rearrange, can't we?
Yeah, as soon as he's better, we'll sort it.
Well, to be honest, I wasn't looking forward to the journey anyway. I hate driving.
So why run a taxi firm then?
Well, it's a living. Well, it was. And I preferred the bits in between, really. Sat in the car with the heating on or the window down with a pasty, watching the world go by. I can tell you stories that make your hair curl. Dropped me pasty a few times.
Hello, all right?
Yeah, holding up, so what's the plan?
Well, as there's been no obvious deterioration in Oliver's condition, we're going to reduce the sedation. If he remains stable, we'll then try to extubate him.
I knew it. I said he was going to be all right. Wait till I tell Nick.
Hello?
Natasha?
It's Nick. Nick Tilsley.
Yeah. I know it is.
We need to meet up.
I don't think so.
We said all we needed to say to each other 10 years ago.
Not quite everything. You never told me you were pregnant with my son. Natasha?
Well, no, I haven't seen any actual cracks. I mean, it just appeared. Yeah, well, if it can happen there, it can happen underneath the house, can't it? Because I've got kids. I mean, if they fall down that hole, they're dead. Straight away.
Oh, you should see this cat playing the piano. I wish Aaron was here. He loves stuff like this.
Yeah, babe, you just keep it down, please. Sorry about that. So when's this structural engineer getting out, then? Well, I need it to happen, like, now, basically. Because I need you lot to pay out so that I can put it right. Do you understand what I'm saying? Oh, well, thanks for nothing. Great. Cheers.
Did you get it sorted?
No. They're saying unless there's structural damage to the house, they won't pay out.
Oh, OK.
Well, it's not, is it? It's not at all. Because if they don't cough up, I'm absolutely stuffed. I mean, I'd have been better off if the house had just fallen down. You look how I feel, pal.
Don't start.
No, please. Tell me. I'd love to hear someone else worse off than me.
Well, you've got it all to look forward to, my friend. OK, you count yourself lucky you've got a gap between your two kids. Me, I've got teenagers in stereo.
Kids playing up?
Man, they have no idea what I do for them or the worry they cause me. My two do not know the meaning of the word gratitude. Asha, you know Asha? Yeah. Fretting to leave home over some idiot boy.
Oh, well, that'll all just be bravado.
I'm not so sure.
No, she knows which side her bread's buttered. I mean, if it was me, yeah, I'd kill to be a teenager again. No responsibilities, no bills, no mortgage, someone else having to worry about money. She doesn't know she's born.
I just had so many questions. How did I know Cal? What was the nature of my relationship with Paul? Paul? How did Paul know Kel? How did I regard him?
Sounds like they got the angle poise out.
They were halfway to thumb screws. They must know it's Kel.
They never said that.
They wouldn't waste that much time and energy on me. Not unless they knew I was right.
It might just be standard procedure.
No. No, they said they'd be in touch, and it was the way they said it.
Well, in that case, you and Paul need to have an honest conversation. He deserves to know the truth.
The truth about what?
It's just on there, mate.
I'm always leaving it.
Yeah, well, you're lucky my daughter didn't get hold of it, or else it'd be covered by unicorns by now.
I have left this in a crane cab before and not realised until I got to the bottom.
The driver should have just chucked it down to you.
Well, from that height, they left a crater the same size as the one in your garden.
Don't remind me.
I wouldn't want to be in your shoes dealing with the insurance. They'll do their damnedest to find a loophole.
More like a noose, in my case. And they've said if the structural engineer can't find any damage to the property, then they're not going to pay out. But I've been doing some digging online, and worst case scenario, I could potentially sue the developer.
You'll have a job.
Well, it says they're liable, so...
No doubt, but they don't exist anymore.
What?
I mentioned your case to someone in the legal department. He reckons Morris Jones built these places, and he went bust in the last recession.
You kidding me?
Nope. Strain gave him a heart attack. He's pushing up the daisies in Boot Hill.
He's dead?
Yup. Riding the great range in the sky, so if you're looking for him to bail you out, think again.
I should have told you earlier. I'm sorry. I just wanted to be certain before dropping something like this on you.
So what happened?
Well, I went to the police with Mary.
Mary?
I just don't think I could have done it on my own. I thought it was going to be a formality, but then they started asking me questions about Kel, you and me. I don't think they would have gone into that much detail unless they were certain it was him.
So, I'll be getting a phone call then?
Maybe.
It was done with. Finished. You should have just left it alone.
The last thing I wanted to do was rake it all up again, but...
It'll never stop. Even now he's dead, he's still...
I know.
No, you don't. Just when I thought I was finally rid of him, here he is again. It'll never be over for me.
Where you going?
I just need some time.
What happened after the surrogacy? It's bound to raise concerns with the panel.
I know. But I was grieving, desperate. I realise it was a terrible decision.
You do now. But what if you become attached to a child that we place with you, and then that child has to move on? We need to be sure you can cope.
I was in a different place back then. You know, as time went on and things kept going wrong, having a baby went from something that I hoped for to something I needed. Until by the end, it was all my life was for.
And fostering wouldn't become an extension of that?
When our surrogate baby died, I felt like I died with it. Like I had no reason to be. And then Susie happened.
Because of an offhand comment by her mum?
Yeah, just one mad idea thrown out there, but I grabbed at it like a life belt. Didn't dare let go. And, you know, I had the baby that I wanted and nothing else mattered.
The panel might well ask how an emotional bond with a foster child would be any different.
Look, I'm not pretending that I wouldn't invest in the children or love them, but it wouldn't be about me trying to complete myself in some stupid way.
Why not?
Because I know I'm as complete as I'm going to be. I know I'll never have my own child, but, well, with the help of my family, I've come to realise that that's okay. It's more than okay. And, yeah, it's fine for me to feel sad about that sometimes, but it doesn't define me anymore.
And you're certain it'd remain so?
Absolutely. I think I've got a lot to give. Experience and a bit of wisdom and, like I say, love, but... Well, I will love any child that you place with us in the way that they need to be loved, and not to fill some void in my own life like I did with Susie. I'm not that selfish anymore.
Yeah. I've got the deodorant. Yeah. Moisturiser. Yeah, but that wasn't on the list. Okay, right, fine. Yeah.
Are you going to shut your mouth, or do you want me to throw a penny in and make a wish?
I didn't expect you to.
Our delivery man let us in. I was half expecting a stranger to answer. Thought you might have moved on from round here after all these years. Still tangled up in your mum's apron strings.
It's a long story.
That I don't have the time for.
Yeah, just like my phone calls.
I needed space to think. So I decided I'd best come round, put you straight in person. That way there was no misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding?
About my son.
About Sam?
Have you been spying on me?
No, I've done my research.
You had no right sticking your nose in my affairs. Not after the way you treated me. What I do with my life's none of your business.
But it is my business. If Sam is my son...
He's not your son, got it?
Right, so I just have to accept that.
Why wouldn't you?
Because you lie? Because you got me to put my hand on your belly and feel for kicks? For a baby you told me you got rid of, at least I thought you had?
I had. And I regret that. Not long after I left, I met Andy. I thought it was a rebound thing at first, but after all this time, we're still together.
Right.
Yeah. After a few weeks, I found out I was having his kid. I was made up.
Yeah, just like this story. You know, you used to be a really good liar.
Believe what you like. I don't have to justify myself to you.
You do! You do. I've done my research, okay? I've looked on social media. There is no Andy. There've been a couple of blokes that have come and gone, but... So, how about we start again?
I wonder when things will change.
They said it takes time for the sedation to wear off.
When he was a baby, starve him overnight, he used to dread him waking up. That was all I want.
I always thought he was a good little sleeper.
For you, maybe, not for me. Even when he used to sing Old MacDonald.
Yeah, well, it's a bit lively for bedtime, innit? You should have done something soothing, like Twinkle, Twinkle.
Well, Old MacDonald was his favourite.
Not at bedtime, it wasn't. This was his favourite. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. Come on, Steve.
Doing it again.
Oh, come on. I honestly care about what anyone thinks about anything anymore.
I suppose if you put it that way.
Right, well, come on then. You need to rehearse. You need to do your best for Oliver. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are grey. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. So please don't take my...
After I'd aborted our first child, I knew I was keeping this one. Even though you couldn't be in his life.
So he is mine?
No.
What?
I mean, you fathered him. I admit that. But that's where your contribution ended. I've had all the sleepless nights, the tantrums, the tears, the questions about who his
I would
father
have answered
was.
the questions. You know, I would have helped.
Is that what you want now? To help?
I don't know. I've just got to see a way through this.
Through this? You don't have to go through anything. I mean, I can see how another kid might be an inconvenience.
I never said that.
You don't have to. I always knew you had a soft spot for her. Well, don't worry. It suits me fine for us to go our separate ways.
It's complicated. He's my stepson. The boy who's in intensive care.
Steve's son. So, him and Leanne.
Yeah. They had a one-night stand, nothing serious. But Oliver has a life-limiting condition. He's seriously ill.
I'm sorry.
I know he's not my biological son, but it doesn't mean I don't love him. And it's killing me seeing him suffer.
I can imagine.
So, it's not that I don't care about you or your son, my son. It's just, now I know the truth. It's a lot.
But you can't just leave us in limbo. You pushed this, not me.
Okay. The uncertainty was unbearable, all right? Just give me some time. Don't close any doors.
So you can come walking through mine whenever you fancy? No. I'm sorry. If this is how you feel, I've got no choice.
Choice?
I always knew Sam would want to know the truth one day and that I would have to tell him. If you're going to pop up at some unspecified date down the line, he needs to be prepared. He needs to know.
Let me talk to Leanne, all right? But, with Oliver the way he is, it's not easy, okay?
All right. But don't you dare let Sam down. Too many blokes have walked in and out of our lives. If you want a relationship with him, it needs to be for keeps.
I understand.
I hope so. Because you commit to him properly or you don't see him at all.
Coronation Street continues in half an hour.